What is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 62 of the Pop Culture Corner podcast. We are joined today by a very special guest, the one, the very only queen of cosplay, WonderMeg. So, guys, make sure and like and share this video, and let's get the show started. Welcome to Pop Culture Corner Nightly.
That was
I'm in shock. Okay, never mind.
Longer than I anticipated, huh? Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Pop Culture Corner podcast. As Austin said, welcome, WonderMeg. It's good to have you back. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Oh, of course. Little bump in the road on Saturday. Talk about so where do you had a Magic the Gathering tournament?
Yeah.
How intense are those?
Well, pretty much. I just kind of like they do their thing, and I'm not like involved with it at all. I just make sure that like no one steals anything while they're there. So
okay,
You just kind of manage the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, because someone was telling us we had a panel that night instead, and someone was like, "Oh my god, those tournaments are like nothing." People
I know.
Super into it, and it's magic. I didn't know that game was still around.
Oh yeah, dude. People, Magic. It's huge. So and I just started working at a comic book store like 3-4 weeks ago now, and I never I guess I just didn't think that people really played that stuff anymore, like collected like those cards or anything anymore.
Right.
But they do, and they will wait in lines for them.
It's intense too.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, dude. Everyone has their thing.
You're a collector too. I mean, you collect pop vinyls. You do like unboxing videos. Yeah. Listen. I'm a huge fan of your unboxing videos because not a lot of people unbox.
Yeah.
Right. They think it as a criminal. So I know.
Yeah. For me, I guess. If there's certain things I won't take out of the box. So I have the red and blue suit Superman from Target, the McFarlane figure that I won't take out of the box, only because I already have the black suit one and it's the exact same.
The same thing. It's a different color. Right?
Yeah, and it took me forever to get this blue suit one. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep it in the box. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. For me, if I'm collecting it for myself, there's no problem of taking it out of the box. If I'm gonna resell it, then I probably wouldn't.
Right. Yeah. And I think so you just started working at a comic book store, and I mean, does that help you? Can you special order things now?
Oh yeah.
Yes. That's gotta be a good feeling. Yeah.
I got to jump on everybody.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Well, let's talk. Talk. So you're part of the Justice Con thing, and I have so much respect for how you guys did this. And it's not just respect. Oh, look at she's another YouTuber. The way you guys put this convention together is surreal to me because it's become in the 2 years that you've done it. I mean, the first year was the first year you guys did it through. You've come so far. I was going through the Justice Con YouTube, and the way it's even put together in there is so organized and I loved it. So how was it stressful?
Oh, the most stressful. Yeah. I mean, the second year we did it, it was less stressful in certain aspects because we had people hosting the panels instead of us doing it all day long. And that was such a huge relief, and everyone that did the hosting did an amazing job. I feel like we matched people up pretty perfectly. But yeah, no, I mean, it was it's always stressful trying to put anything together, let alone something that's going to be like seen by thousands of people.
Right. So like, but like, for instance,
Mhm.
you didn't do the like Dave Bautista panel, but did you go
No.
in and like say hello? Like,
Yeah, we
I
made
wouldn't be able
sure.
to pass up on that. Like, I wouldn't be able to pass up on like at least popping in at the end there and being like, "What's up, Dave? Like, how you doing?"
Yeah, no, we made sure we were backstage for all of them. Just what's up, Anthony? To make sure that, you know, our hosts were comfortable, and then like the people we were corresponding with, like the talent and stuff, were also comfortable. We were like that middleman for them. But yeah, I mean, it was so cool.
It was this year was really like, and then like your relationship with Zack has been, you're almost like the bridge between Zack and the fans, or you kind of were at the beginning. It's branched out since then, but I mean, for the most part, at the start, you were really like, you know, there. You were the bridge between Zack and everyone else. How is it surreal? Like a little bit, like that you're friends with a guy of that caliber.
I would say there was people before me that were definitely the bridge, more so than me. But yeah, I mean, it's I don't know, like it's so crazy, but it also, like, when you talk to him, it's kind of just like talking to like any other friend. Like, he's just such a cool guy, and so chill to talk to, and yeah, no, it's crazy. And you know, obviously I'm so like honored to be able to like have that type of like connection with him. And yeah, it's surreal.
Yeah, I mean, because not a lot of people can say like, "Hey, my favorite director, I'm friends with him." You know,
Oh yeah,
that's just like a cool thing to say.
yeah.
Let alone like actually prove. You know, not that you have to prove it, but like
Right.
you just get to say it, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm friends with my favorite director." Like, that's cool. That's just a cool thing to do. Like, it's a cool thing to say. It's a cool thing to be a part of, and it's such a special guy. I mean, I haven't talked to you since it came out, but like, I mean, it's the Snydercut. We haven't talked since it came out. How many? I saw that you just watched it for your 97th time on HBO Max.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, it's oh, dude, I love it. And it was so crazy. Like the day before it dropped, I was able to interview Zack like just on my channel.
Right.
And that was a moment I really never thought would happen. Like,
Why not?
well, okay. So like I
You
always
deserve it.
had like in the back of my mind, like the Snyder Cut's gonna come out, you know, like
Yeah.
it's gonna come out eventually. I didn't think that it would happen as quickly as it did. And then we all go on this crazy journey with this fandom, and then the day before the cut drops, I'm interviewing Zack. It was just such a yeah, it's like when you put it into those words, it's like holy shit, you know.
A busy 24 hours. Let's
yeah, and like I had already seen it, so there was things that I wanted to ask, of course, but like I couldn't be you know, just to respect everyone in the audience.
Yeah, I got to see it with the first screening of it.
Yeah, I saw it the Saturday before.
That was a like I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, you're good.
When they did the second screening for press, that was, I couldn't believe what happened. Like it was such a scramble. Like it didn't get like released on time or something like that. I remember like people were up till midnight
I remember that too. Yeah, and I was like, I was like, yo, I'm
stuck.
No, I felt so bad because I remember when I got the link to watch it on the Saturday, I was at my old job, and I was like, you know, you had to have like this special app to like be able to watch it and all this stuff. And at the time I didn't have like whatever I was using didn't have like that certain app. So I had to I bought like a brand new Roku stick. I bought a brand new sound bar and everything. I was like, yo, I gotta watch this. And so I got home from work at like 11 p.m. and stayed up the whole 4 hours, just sobbing the whole time.
Yeah.
It was,
I teared up at the end a little bit, like especially because like Alison Crow is a friend of mine.
Yeah.
And like hearing her rendition of that song, just like, oh my God, it was just so touching and beautiful. And You know what I mean? For everyone involved, especially, when you become friends, like you're friends with Zack, and you're friends with Ray Porter. Ray Porter's such a sweet
I love that
person.
guy.
He is literally one of the nicest people on the planet. One of the nicest people on the planet.
He's amazing.
So like, this whole fandom, I mean, what can you say about it? Because there's been a lot of talk about like the toxicity in it and restore the Snyderverse. It's kind of changed to restore the Snyderverse, but people then correlate the toxicity inside of it. What's your take on with what's going on now?
I feel like any type of fandom or any type of group has toxicity in it and negativity. And especially when that toxicity and negativity gets focused on, it becomes like the central point of the conversation surrounding that fandom. Yes. I feel like everyone's probably encountered some type of negativity in this fandom, but it's not what that's not what this fandom is to me. This fandom is like coming together, supporting Zack, supporting AFSP, and hey, what's up, Phil? And that, so like, yeah, there's toxicity, but there's toxicity in everything in life.
Look over at the Star Wars community.
Oh yeah. And even the Marvel community, it has its toxicity too. So I feel like, yeah, I mean, for me, the toxicity is such a small part of like such a big picture.
Look at that. Like, beautifully said.
Thank you.
Beautifully said. I've had cosplayers on. I've had stuntmen on. I've had voice actors on. I've had actors on. So you're dabbling a little bit in the cosplay. How'd that get started? I saw your Green Lantern. I love the green. So where do you get the suits? Like, and I know you're making a Miss Marvel.
Yeah, actually, yep, that's my Green Lantern. Black Canary.
There they all are. Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's actually not a cosplay. That's just a really cool jacket.
That's a really cool jacket.
But I did buy a Nightwing suit like yesterday. So
is it Nightmeg or Megwing?
I
like
probably
Megwing.
But Nightmeg sounds way cooler.
Yeah, it's a little bit more.
Awesome. Nightmeg.
Yeah, like I just kind of got into that because my good friend Liz Wonder, who is just the greatest person on the planet. I messaged her one day because I was like, I just wanted to know, like, because like I'm a bigger girl, and that's that's fine to say. I'm good with that. And so I was trying to figure out people in her community that made like suits or stuff for bigger women, because a lot of the times when I would go online to try to like find stuff, it was like not fit to my size, and I didn't want to get discouraged. So she just gave me some tips and stuff and just gave me some encouragement, and I was like, okay, I'm doing this, man. And it's been slow, like getting into it, but again, a lot of it is like having people make the suits for you or waiting for them to come in. My friend Julie Whitley is making a Mary Marvel suit for me, so that's
what it was.
And that's the new Mary Marvel suit too, not the one from the first movie, so the second movie.
Right. And the fabric that you're using it like looks.
I know. She sent me that picture, and I was like,
"Oh my God!"
Yeah, it's like 3D. Yeah,
yeah. The how it pops out, like it pops, is great. And cosplay, like you mentioned it. The world we live in now, I don't think there should be a problem with anyone's size. Like, you know what I mean? Like that shouldn't be a problem that we have. Like you going online and trying to order something, that shouldn't be like a problem. And more people online. I see it on Instagram a lot, like girls that are now more comfortable with their figure and expressing themselves. And I mean, you're part of that. And I mean, it takes a lot of courage. So, I mean, to put yourself out there like that, and because there's backlash, there's always like talk about toxicity.
Yeah, I mean, that's with anything you put online or just put out there for the world. There's going to be people that say something about it, so you might as well just say fuck it and do what you want.
Right.
And that's just the mindset I've been in with this whole cosplay thing. It's like, it's something I've always wanted to do, like since getting into like nerd culture, like going to conventions. I was so envious of these chicks and these, like, especially Black Canary, like seeing these chicks in the leather and the fishnets. I was like, I want to be that.
Right.
And it took me a lot longer than I guess wanted to get into it. But yeah, like now I just can't stop buying things, which, you know, it kind of goes with my personality of collecting.
Once you start, you can't really stop.
Exactly.
But not like I go to like I've been to conventions and like I'm always like, I don't want to dress up. I
know.
I get like anxiety and I'm like nervous and I don't want to like get made fun of. And but then you forget you're around a bunch of people that don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no, like, all of these people like even if they don't, like bigger guys or bigger women or like smaller people or disabled people too love to dress up in these costumes. And I mean, you just have to remember, like when you're there, it's like regardless if they like the same like nerd thing you do, they're all there just to celebrate things. And like, and that's like something, if you're a self-conscious person, that's like always in the back of your mind, like, oh, well, what is this person going to think when I go out? It's like, who gives a fuck? Like, just wear what you want to wear. Yeah.
Yeah. I like, so I like now, like, for instance, one of our guys, like now you can kind of, like what Liz does is she combines cosplay with like digital editing.
Yeah.
Right? So like someone made this for us. Like that's like actually made. Those are 2 props. Like I'm getting more comfortable with it. And like even Jack, look at him as Daredevil.
Oh, dude, that's so cool.
But like it does. It takes a little bit of. I always get me. I'm kind of like you. Like when you said that, I'm a little bit more shy when it comes to like doing that. But I love these characters, and I love being a part of that community, and it's truly special to be a part of it. And you and the Nerd Queens and anyone else who started it or contributed towards it, like Justice Con, I remember the pandemic started and Comic-Con was canceled or whatever. And then you guys picked up the ball and just ran with it. And I think the Snydercut community or the Snyder community owes you guys a tremendous debt, especially of gratitude. So definitely, yeah, it doesn't, like you said, it's stressful. I couldn't imagine putting that all together. And that, like, I remember the first year, the Ray Fisher panel was so fire. Oh my God.
Yeah, that was a great time. It was really cool to meet Ray too, and just let him have that freedom to say what he wanted to say. And I'm so grateful that we could have, that we were there to help him.
Yeah. Austin, I think you had a question about Kanye West or something.
I guess I'll switch the serve for. I guess yes. If we're in the middle of a good comic talk, I'll bring up Kanye. No, I did see you tweet out this morning that you were listening to some of Kanye's new album. So of course I'm asking everybody that listens to Kanye, what do you think? If you like Kanye, what are your thoughts on Kanye?
I like it, but for me, like I kind of fell off the Kanye like train around like Yeezus was probably like the last album I really enjoyed from Kanye. And then after that, it's just kind of like, the last album that I enjoyed was called Yeezus. So Yeezus, Yeezus. And it is really good. And then after that, I've just kind of like fallen off. I mean, he still makes great music, but I miss the old Kanye.
Yeah, I miss the old Kanye as well. I really, really do. I don't understand. I just don't relate to him anymore. I don't.
I like it. It's like pretty. Like you can tell he's like being a lot more creative, probably in the way that he wants to be, and not the way that he probably felt he needed to be before, which is cool. Yeah, I'm all for creatives doing whatever they want. but it's just I like the old stuff.
I think I did like obviously I like Kids See Ghosts because of Cut. That's kind of that was the main thing for me. But I kind of agree. This one's interesting. It's a lot of it doesn't feel finished. So that's always fun when you get an unfinished Kanye album that's been delayed for 6 weeks.
Oh my god. Oh jeez. Is he getting divorced now as well?
I think they were separated and then they got like remarried or something on stage, or I don't know.
Tonight, whenever they did the last concert.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like a reality show in itself.
I just can't handle, like, I'm not down with the Kardashian stuff. I'm good.
Like they made their fame and fortune on kind of the opposite of where the world went now. Where they made a fortune off of like being skinny,
promoting weight loss stuff.
No,
I feel you.
And it's just not where we're at right now, right? So
I feel you for sure.
What do you think of this is a hard question. We're gonna go hard now.
Uh-oh.
Now I'm gonna come at you hard.
Okay.
What do you think of the current Warner Brothers regime? What do you think of the leadership of Warner Brothers and what they're doing? Because we know what we got the Flash coming, right?
Yeah, I feel for the people that work for Warner Brothers because, like, I don't know. I don't like it's hard to word this. Let me see. I am interested in certain films coming from Warner Brothers, like the Batman, Black Adam, Aquaman. I'm interested in those, but the current regime, I just don't really think that they know what they're doing, and they're just kind of throwing things and seeing what sticks.
Right.
And
so my biggest thing, and I've been saying it for a while, Austin can attest to it, is like, I don't think we should be getting like a Batgirl and a Blue Beetle until I know where my Justice League are.
Oh yeah, dude. I agree. Like,
it pisses me off. Like,
don't know what they're doing. Like, outside of, like, okay, so like you have the main Trinity, and that's what people care about. So we don't have any current Superman film projects announced or in the works, or who knows. We don't have. We do have Batman stuff, but it's like you don't even know if this is connected to that, or if if Ben Affleck's going to continue, or what they're doing with Michael Keaton. And it's like, I'm all down for a multiverse film, for sure, but like, I don't know. It just seems interesting to me.
Michael. Ezra Miller, get off my lawn.
Yeah. We don't even know what they're doing with the Justice League anymore, and if they're going to continue with those actors, or continue with that story in a certain way, or or even a reboot of the Justice League. We don't even know if that's going to happen. So it just really makes no sense.
I kind of want Warner Brothers to just be confident about what their choices are, right? Like, just be confident in what you're doing. And then, like you said, we don't know, like, the Trinity, right? We have the Trinity: Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's really the only one we can confirm that's going anywhere, right? And I think that's like really like disappointing, because Henry Cavill is like a rising star. Everybody wants them. Everybody wants to get their hands on him in a franchise.
Yeah, they're so stupid to not get him when he wanted to make that movie with, was it Chris McQuarrie? Because now his price is going to be even more.
It's gonna be like now you have to renegotiate at a way higher price. You have to also include every other now you have to work around The Witcher. You have to work around Mission Impossible, yada yada yada.
His new Matthew Vaughn franchise,
Highlander.
So now it's become, and DC, you were the first ones to have them, and you messed it up.
Yeah.
Like, you had the perfect Superman, and
it was Superman too. Like,
the one that got away.
Yeah. Yep. And then the Ben Affleck thing. I mean, I know you're excited for Matt Reeves the Batman, and that's okay. We can all. I'm excited for Matt Reeves the Batman. I think it looks so good. And I'm okay with the multiverse.
Yeah.
And but I think it was Jim Lee that came out at Fandom last year and was like, you're going to have your Superman. You're going to have, and if you don't like that Superman, you can have this Superman. Or you don't like this Batman, you can have this Batman. Yet the Snyder cast is like the only cast that we can't choose from.
Yeah, it was almost like, you know, you can have your multiverse, but
the Snyder
you can have this, but yeah, that's how I feel with the whole multiverse talk. So
yeah, I mean, do you see a future where the Snyderverse is restored on whether it's on HBO Max or in film?
I hope so. I mean, I think with what Zack has going on right now, it's not going to be for a little bit if it does happen. But it's whatever Zack wants at the end of the day. I feel like there's a lot of things that have to change over at Warner Brothers for him to even consider it if they offered it. Right. So yeah, I'm just going to enjoy what he's putting out, and I'm going to enjoy the DC films that I'm excited for, because it's okay to be excited for things.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, no, that's, if it happens, I'm so down for it. I'll fight for it if that's what Zack wants.
Yeah, and it's nice to see him happy and him and Deborah happy. And then Stone Quarry getting like this, you know, first look deal at Netflix, and he's finally like, you know, got his creative control. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing when we were related to Henry Cavill, right? Now Zack's happy over at Netflix, and he's getting the creative control. They're giving him. They're like, he's like, all right, let's make this movie. And they're like, okay, let's. Okay. Here's the money.
Yeah, here's a stack of money. Here's a stack of money.
Go have fun, kid. Come back later. Right?
Yeah. Keep the change. We're good.
Yeah.
Keep the change. Exactly. Yeah.
So he's, you know, like in my mind, like he's finally smiling, and that's always that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And that's what I want for him is
I agree,
to be free, to be like this new Star Wars whatever movie that I always keep forgetting the name of it.
Rebel Moon.
I mean, that sounds just like a Zack Snyder Star Wars movie with absolute no strings attached. Let's go. Let's go. So take my money. Give me more. All right. Here's kind of something controversial. I don't care about Army of Thieves.
Oh, really?
I'm going to be honest with you.
I'm actually more interested in that than Army of the Dead right now.
Oh, wow.
I think Army of the Thieves is not the prequel we need.
I'm really excited for the animated show.
I'm very excited for the anime. I'm very excited for Army of Thieves. I think I like that. I think for some reason the trailer ended up making me more interested in that than like the trailer for Army of the Dead in the movie. I did love Army of the Dead the movie, but I thought as far as trailers go, the Army of Thieves was a little more interesting.
Well, here's the thing: is I would rather a prequel.
I'm basking your disappointment, Ryan.
No. But here's the thing: I'll give you a reasoning for it, though. Like it's not that I'm not gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm probably gonna love it. It's just is that the prequel really needed? Like right after Army of the Dead, I kind of want to know how it happened. What happened to cause this this.
Well, that's what the animated show is going to be. Yeah.
Yeah, but.
I know. I feel a certain way about animated shows. Like I would always prefer live action.
Same.
But yeah, no, the animation is no. I there's certain animation that I like. But like it has to be like realistic looking.
I had to literally beg Ty to watch Invincible, and once he did, he hasn't stopped thanking me since.
Yeah. See, that took me a while to watch too, until Anthony and Joey, my co-host for World Finest, talked me into it, and they're like, "You got to watch this for the show," and I'm like, "Okay." Well. Yeah,
that's pretty much what I did, and I was.
I loved it. Yeah,
and I watched it in one night. That's how I was like, "Wow, this is really good." And like the DC animated stuff, like from Flashpoint to Justice League, Apocalypse War, or whatever the last one was. Those movies are good. Like those animations are good. Because it feels like a comic book just like opened up and like started reading it to you, right?
Yeah.
But other like anime, I can't do. It's too flashy and like colorful, and it just gives me a headache. And yeah, cool. All right, cool. We're getting like an animation Army of the Dead, but like I still want a live action series where I see what happened, how this came to. Is it Alien? Because in Army of the Dead, I saw something that didn't stand. That was
is it aliens, robots? What the fuck is it, man?
What was the fucking blue thing that happened?
Yeah,
I want to know,
dude. When that shit happened, I was like, "Yo, that's
what
literally."
is that?
I was like, "Is that a Terminator?"
Yeah, I literally jumped out of my chair. I was like, "Did the fucking thing glow?"
Yeah,
it glowed.
yeah.
And I want to know. And Army of the Thieves. So yeah, Dieter was a great character. Yeah, I thought he was one of. What's up, man? How you doing? All right. Okay. For interrupting. No, I thought Dieter was a great character and all, but like, I don't know. I think I maybe wanted something different after. But that's me. Are you excited for Army of Thieves?
Yeah, I'm excited. Natalie Emmanuel is in it, and she's in Game of Thrones, and I think she's pretty great. So, Dieter is a great character. So,
for me, it looks like Fast and the Furious meets Army of the Dead.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but hey, listen, who am I?
You like Batman? No way, really? I had no idea.
It's like I don't know why that just reminded me of that scene from Anchorman. Like I love Lamp. Like, I like Batman. Like I love Batman.
The Spider-Man No Way Home trailer came out. What did you think of that?
I might get shit for
at all.
Yeah, yeah. I like DC and Marvel, but DC is like my thing. Like that's what I like the most. I might get shit though because I don't particularly really like Spider-Man that much.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Just I don't know. Once I saw that trailer though, I was like, I'm down for this. I love Doctor Strange. Yeah, I love Doctor Strange, and Doc Ock showing up at the end, like pulled at my childhood heartstrings. So I was like, oh, okay.
And the Green Goblin,
the Green Goblin
that went by. I was just like, yep. So here's the thing. I've been saying it. Something seems off with Doctor Strange. Do you agree? Do you agree or not?
I agree because here's my thinking. I get that it was like a new spell he was trying out, and I know he's not like the Sorcerer Supreme yet, or maybe I have no idea if he is. The continuity is weird. But he in Infinity War, he was going through. Because I don't like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I like Andrew Garfield Spider-Man,
but he was too good looking to be Spider-Man.
I don't care. It's fine.
So was Tom Holland. Tom Holland's a babe, man.
Tom Holland grew into the role. Like when he first started, they made him like feel like a little kid, like a little guy. But now he's getting older, and you're like, okay, this kid's gonna be a good-looking guy when he gets older. You can tell. Like I had Brandon Spink on. He played. He actually played. In the opening sequence of Man of Steel, young Bruce Wayne.
Yep.
He played that character, but now he's like 18 he's like Ryan Gosling good looking.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like I'm like, dude, you're gonna be a star. And he was just in that Fear Street trilogy. And I was like, dude, like just the way you look, like I'm sorry, you're gonna be Bay for a lot of teenage girls, like Robert Pattinson style. And he's like, it's already starting to happen. He's like kind of gets shy about it, and I'm like, don't worry about it. I always text him a picture of himself in Fear Street. He's got the little gym shorts on. That's just a personal. Shut up, Brandon. I love you, man. But I mean, the MCU and the DCU are going in that same direction, the multiverse.
Speaking of that, I saw an interesting question here I'd love to ask you about. How do you feel about this? Marvel versus DC.
Oh yeah, dude, it would be badass
if we could get the two companies to like come to grips with it.
Yeah, if Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck would come back for that, because that's the only Batman and Superman I'd like to see fight the Marvel crew. Yeah.
I'm actually.
Yeah. I meant BVS. I'm sorry. I was speaking too quick. I'm sorry, but I thought I said BVS. No, did I say Man of
No,
Steel?
you said Man of Steel, I think.
Oh, I'm
but
an
it's
idiot.
okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're not. It's okay.
I meant BVS. I'm sorry. I'm just
I
so
kind of feel like-
excited.
I feel like if they did do like a
Exactly.
crossover movie, like DC would like, come on, what does Marvel have? I guess besides like Captain Marvel,
Thor.
take on Superman.
Yeah, but
Thor.
even Thor,
Superman
I
will
don't
whoop
think.
Thor in
Yeah,
I'm
like
but
straight up.
here's the thing: is DC characters are like gods. They're
exactly,
gods
and
among
that's
men.
what superheroes are supposed to be.
Right.
Superheroes are supposed to be godlike characters, and that's what I love about DC is they embrace that. Marvel, I feel like, kind of shies away from treating their heroes like gods or like these all-powerful beings, and it's like I mean, for superheroes like Batman and stuff, it's cool for him not to be seen as like a godlike character, but like for Wonder Woman and like Thor, like, come on, you have to treat them like gods because they
are gods.
They are. Yeah.
They're of mythology.
And I guess you have
Yeah.
even I think that's kind of why I think Marvel's like diving into like Eternals stuff and things like, because I do think that of all the complaints you could make about the Snyderverse or whatever, I think that's something that appealed to people because it was like that. It was a very interesting dynamic, not just to see, but to add to the story of like, okay, these beings are so superior to us. How do you how do you blend that? And so I think Marvel took a little bit of notes from that one, honestly, about the Eternals coming out.
Well, I'm okay with the Marvel like the Marvel formula, right?
Yeah.
The Marvel formula is okay with me because like it churns out decent movies.
Yeah.
Whereas the DC movies, like I feel like they're cinema, right?
Yeah.
Like Zack's movies are cinema.
Mhm.
They are experiences. They are unique. They have that tone. Like the Snydercut, like I was blown away with what he did with 4 hours of time with those characters.
Mhm.
Like how he made each character have their arcs, and it was just it blew my mind how he did it. And I think had that movie come out in theaters in like when it was supposed to originally in 2017, it would have been looked at like the Avengers is looked at.
Yeah,
Like
I
seeing
agree
these
with you.
characters first time on screen together, seeing that the DC Justice League formation was breathtaking, like literally breathtaking. The cinematography, the choreography, like Zack knows how to. I mean, let's talk about the BVS warehouse scene. Come on, Pattinson's Batman couldn't even contest with Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck.
Oh yeah, I mean Ben Affleck's a huge dude. So.
Yeah, and that's just for me. Like I don't know. I've always liked Marvel and DC, but it's like a yin and a yang.
Yeah,
right?
I agree with you.
Lighthearted comedy versus dark and gritty, like that. I love it. I love the differences, and I don't want Warner Brothers. Like Shazam was cool. Like, do you like Shazam?
Yeah.
I mean, it was funny. It was funny.
It was a cute movie. I saw it with my my family, and that's like the thing I love about DC and Marvel to an extent is there's films like in their category that are like for everyone, but then there's also stuff that isn't like. If you don't particularly like the Suicide Squad, then there's other movies in the DC universe that you could enjoy. Exactly. If you don't like movies like Captain Marvel in the Marvel universe, there's other movies that you could enjoy. So as a more of a DC fan, I've always kind of been envious of like Marvel's success and the way that, their fans kind of, I don't want to say they cater to their fans, but at some points it does feel like they definitely cater. Like Spider-Man Far From Home definitely seems like pretty big fan service, and the same with Endgame. That whole end fight was total fan service, which was warranted because I liked it though, but it's warranted.
Yeah.
It's warranted because they've had like this, 20-some film buildup to where Captain America saying Avengers Assemble is warranted, you know?
Right.
But yeah, no, I think that there's things to enjoy from both universes, and if you don't like a particular thing, there's always something else. But yeah, no, I do love DC a little bit more though.
Yeah. Well, Suicide Squad, speaking of Suicide Squad, it took a bit of there was some, controversy there just in itself. Austin and I got to see it a little bit early. What did you, I couldn't tell, and I rewatched it and I still liked it. I still loved it.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if it was maybe the experience of the pre-screening and just the energy that was in the crowd.
Yeah.
Being back in the theater with a full theater, full to the brim, people cheering, screaming. And that I couldn't tell if it maybe that hyped it up a little bit more for me. What did you think of The Suicide Squad by James Gunn?
It's not my thing, but there's parts of it that I enjoyed. I enjoyed Harley Quinn's fight where she was just mowing down those guys. That was dope. And I enjoyed Bloodsport as the character, and I thought he was really well done. Yep. But yeah, no, I feel like I'm part of the minority. I loved most of the humor. I liked the dick jokes and stuff. I thought that was hilarious.
I did too.
Yeah. I mean, it was a little overdone though. I will say it was a little overdone, but that's just, it's the Suicide Squad. It's R-rated. They have to use that R rating. Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. And yeah.
well, do you think, I guess the real question is, do you think that it was a slap in the face because a lot of people tried to boycott it because they think it was a slap in the face to David Ayer, that James was going out there on interview saying, oh, I had complete creative control. I could use any character I wanted. I had this great time with Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers is the home of the director. It always has been. He did say some things that kind of twisted my stomach a little bit. That part about Warner Brothers being the home of the director, and it always has been. I was like,
that one you can so tell a Warner Brothers representative was say this.
Yeah.
Because that's the one thing that everybody criticized them about last year. So it's
right.
Pretty obvious that was fed to him.
I mean, do you think it was a disservice to the? Do you think maybe James should have chosen a different property?
I don't know, because in my mind, the Suicide Squad, Task Force X, always changes to a certain extent. So I don't know if he shouldn't have picked that, because David Ayer's next project was supposed to be Gotham City Sirens anyways. So it's was it a slap in the face to David Ayer? I don't know, because it seems like David is very supportive of James Gunn and the Suicide Squad in general. If David Ayer had a problem with certain things that were said, I feel like then, yeah, it probably would be a slap in the face. But he seems cool with James Gunn and things that he's saying. Was it super annoying to always hear that he had creative freedom? Yes. It was dude, you don't need to say this every single time you do an interview. But no, I don't know. I feel like it's such a confusing situation as a viewer to see all of these different theories and stuff that people have, or inside knowledge or whatever, and just to see it from an outside perspective. It's yeah, I don't know. But to me it's, I don't know. I guess I'll just go by what David says, and if he supports James, then I'm gonna assume that he's fine with what James is saying.
Yeah. And at the end, I mean, in the beginning, Zack's name was there, and I know that was it had to be there, kind of.
Yeah.
But at the end, he thanks David Ayer. He literally I think they have so much respect for each other, and that's why I didn't understand the fan stuff. The fans were generating it. The fans were making it out to be more than I think it was a little bit. And that's it is what it is. You guys they were passionate about it, and that's great. I love the passion. I really do. I just think it was a touch misplaced. Some people thought that James was sent from Marvel to
I remember
that
that
movie. Come on.
Yeah, I don't think anyone wants to make a bad movie.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anyone wants their name attached to a bad movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just.
Yeah, like I'm not a big
I'm not an
fan
Alex
of
Jones. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Is what I guess it comes down to.
Same, yeah.
I don't believe that like people even think that Marvel goes as far as to like pay Rotten Tomatoes, and it's like, all right, guys, remember, like, these are fantasy characters. At the end of the day,
there are one or two movies that I could argue that
we're talking about unicorns, basically.
Yeah.
What two movies, Austin?
Captain Marvel was one of them. That's a little bit high of a Rotten Tomatoes score for me.
All right, I hate Captain Marvel. I'll be honest. Did you like? Because Captain Marvel was like, it
wasn't bad, but my thing with female characters is there's a way to do it and there's a way not to do it, and
right, yes,
focusing on the fact that a character is a woman as like a plot point to like carry on the movie is just not. Yeah, and I mean, it's cool that she's a woman, no doubt, and it's cool that she's a woman. It's cool that she's a woman that was in like the Air Force and had to deal with sexism and that, but I don't feel like it's a big enough plot point to carry the movie. Like, I mean, it was so on the nose with even the songs, that they chose,
and it was so driven. I think it was that one that did the commercials that was like, she'll become
it was
hero,
like
and that was like her.
Yeah,
it was like,
it's like it's time for it's time for her story, and it was like hero. And I was like, okay.
Oh, God, yeah.
And that's what I loved about the first Wonder Woman movie, and even Patty Jenkins said the same thing, and so did Gal. It was a great story for men and women and everyone in between to enjoy, because it didn't focus on the fact that she was a woman. Like, it just she was just a badass character. Yeah. And that's kind of what I feel like Captain Marvel's downfall was too much. I'm total feminist, but sometimes too much girl power is overwhelming for an audience or just turns people off completely. And I love Brie Larson. I think she's a great actress, but I just maybe don't think she was the right pick for Captain Marvel.
I
agree.
I'm gonna have to. That's gonna be a yes for me, dog.
But I am looking forward to the second Captain Marvel movie with all the other Ms. characters. And hopefully, because I know Nia DaCosta is directing that, so I'm hoping for.
Are you talking about the Marvels?
Yeah, the Marvels.
The Marvels with I think honestly, bringing Captain Marvel into having her second movie be kind of a team up kind of thing after the reception of her first film, I think this bringing a couple more characters in, especially female characters, it's almost going to empower and build up that film a little bit more, and I think that's going to be good for her series. Because I just don't think I don't think Brie has what it's not that I don't think and I don't want to get canceled. I just don't think Brie has what it takes to carry a franchise solo like that.
Oh, fuck off.
I don't.
No, I didn't say fuck off to you. I was like,
oh my God.
I would never say
there it is. I'm canceled.
You're canceled.
I know it.
No, I agree with I think Brie is a great actress. I just think she kind of gets lost in the Marvel universe because I feel like, I mean, obviously she's an Oscar-winning actress. She has the talent, but I just think the way that she's portraying Captain Marvel, like I enjoyed Captain Marvel more in Endgame than I did her, because she had like that cockiness, and it was like it was deserved because she's like, yo, I'm flying to all these other fucking planets because all this other shit's going on, and like
universe type shit.
Exactly.
Scene with her where the hammer goes right by her head and she doesn't even flinch.
Yeah, she doesn't.
I was like, yes.
So that's the Captain Marvel I want to see more of.
Agreed. 100% agreed. I think, her and like the team. You're right. Yeah, and that's what I think. That's where I like Brie Larson is in like those team up films. So I think bringing a couple more characters into her franchise and doing the Marvels instead of Captain Marvel 2, the Marvels, I think is going to be really good for the franchise.
Yeah,
I do. I think it's yeah. I'm all for it. So we have. I know you can only stay for a little, like an hour or so. We have 10 more minutes. So
I could probably stay for a little bit longer.
All right.
I just sacrificed my sleep.
Well, no, because I've been doing that, and Austin.
And you fall asleep on streams.
And dude, there's been times where
I've almost felt like on the vodka stream, dude. Sometimes I'm like,
yes.
Oh, well, yeah, that goes for like 8 hours.
Yeah, and it's like, and it ends at like 4 a.m. my time sometimes. So.
There was, we're Eastern, right? You're Eastern.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like
I live
me,
in Michigan.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Dave, one night I was on there and it went. I didn't stay the whole time, but it went 8 hours. I was there the night that it went 8 hours. And I
can believe that.
I had to pull out at 4 because I was just like, oh God.
Yeah. It's rough.
And it was like 3 a.m. my time when I left. So they went to like 7 a.m. my time.
Yeah.
That how? And then they wonder why I can't. Yeah. Then they wonder why I'm sitting there. I'm talking to Stephen Colbert, and I'm like, I was on the vodka stream last night. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just falling asleep, and it was a train wreck.
It's okay.
Yeah. So your relation? How did you meet the Nerd Queens?
I met them pretty much.
I love this drawing.
What?
I love this drawing, by the way.
I know. I had it done by someone on Fiverr.
Oh, look at that! Yeah. Fiverr's like the place to go for. I gotta go.
I've never heard of Fiverr until today. I don't even know what.
Yeah, apparently
I had never heard of it before either.
Keep shutting off.
Yes.
Oh my, Anthony, really, Anthony.
I was gonna say that's what she said.
As soon as you said it, in my head,
already, it was here. It was here.
All right, Steve Carell's, get out of here. Get out of here.
I met the Nerd Queens organically through the movement. I saw what they were doing. I think it was the work that they did. With San Diego Comic-Con, I think it was 2019. I saw, or it was 2018. I don't remember. Everything just kind of jumbles together. I'm pretty sure it was 18. I saw the work that they were doing, and I followed them, and they followed me back. And we just started talking more and more. We started doing more projects together, and then it just became like a trio, a trinity, if you will. And I'm really grateful for everything that they've done, and everything that they've helped me with, for sure. Yeah, they're great women.
Yeah, I always like seeing you guys, and they do that cool stream. Like it's like it like promotes women and
League of Mayhem. Yeah,
League of Mayhem. Thank you. I'm sorry. I think that's such a wonderful platform, and
it's a fun time for sure.
Yeah, because it's brought in like you don't really see the female perspective. I mean, when people think of like nerds, right?
Yeah,
like, or nerds, like they think of like pocket protector guy with his glasses on and his comic book, but like it's not like that anymore. Like there's so many more women that are like embedded in these communities, and it's such a wonderful thing. It really is. It every day I'm like, I'm so grateful like that we all get to experience this stuff together. And it's like, I think I said it the other day, it's like the golden age to be a nerd right now.
Oh, for sure. Like
Austin, would you concur?
No, absolutely not. I think it's the worst time to be in. No, I agree. I do think it is. I mean, you think about it, like if we, if I would have been, no offense to anybody born in the 80s or 90s or anything, but like nothing was happening with superhero stuff back then, except, with Keaton and
in the 90s.
Well, yeah, and the god awful George Clooney, I guess. But
what about the X-Men, man?
Okay, yeah. So the animated stuff. You had the animated stuff.
And the X-Men movies were in the 90s.
No, they were 2000.
2000.
They were?
2000,
yeah.
X-Men
I'm pretty sure one of them came out in the 90s. Let me check.
You might be right that maybe the first one
came
out in
Caiden!
99. Yeah, where's our producer? Caiden! Mom, Dad.
I thought,
Mom.
I'm pretty sure now.
Mommy.
Now I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
dang,
the
you're right. It was
first X-Men
2000.
2000, yes.
But yeah, no, like the animated show though too. Like there was good stuff in the
animated
90s.
Spider-Man, animated Batman.
When did Blade come out?
Blade was the
2000.
90s. No, Blade was the 90s. Yeah.
Okay.
Blade was the 90s. So,
I thought that was 2000.
I think it was 98 or 99. The first one came out. I could be wrong. Someone looked that up too. But
Caiden!
So Blade was 97.
97. Okay.
97,
There we
Philip
go.
says. And
Thank
that
you, Phil.
movie. So we have so much to thank. Like we really do.
Right.
We need to all start thanking Blade more, because Blade paved the road for like that darker rated R kind of. I don't even think anyone knew that was a Marvel movie technically. Like,
Probably
did you
not.
when Blade besides us, by the way, like besides us, like I don't even know if people really knew that was a Marvel film when it debuted, because it was so unlike anything else you've ever seen before. Like vampires, like blood pouring from the ceiling.
Yeah.
It was just so intense. And whew, we like Deadpool doesn't happen without Blade.
Yeah.
You know? I don't think, at least. That's just me personally.
Yeah, you're probably right.
wrong.
You're probably right. I do think it definitely. I think you're right. It did set. I think it allowed the idea that yes, an R-rated superhero movie can work and can be successful, and obviously going from super family friendly stuff to that. But also, I think I'll be honest. Like even like Zack with Watchmen, I think was also because you look at the time frame between Blade.
One of my favorite movies.
Oh yeah, I love it. You look at the time frame between Blade and like Watchmen, there were no, it was very quiet on the R-rated. I don't know. No, that Super movie didn't come out before then, I don't think. But Watchmen was like the big budget blockbuster R-rated, like more so than Blade, or like something like that had never been done before, and so I think Blade, I think Watchmen probably is the next one that. I think Watchmen more so allowed for things like Deadpool and some of these other things to happen than necessarily Blade.
I mean, yeah. Watchmen, Watchmen has, I think, the greatest opening sequence of all time in any film.
Yeah.
In any movie ever. The best opening sequence of and someone, I think someone was saying.
It's a second for me. I go with Man of Steel for best opening.
Oh, but I love Man of Steel opening. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I think
they're both phenomenal. They're both
missed opportunity on DC's part was to not connect Krypton to like make that Krypton show a kind of set in that Man of Steel world, like that opening sequence of Man of Steel. That was like a world like Avatar. You built upon that in that show Krypton and made like such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful show. And I just found out from people that like originally that was the idea, was to connect those two, and then Jeff Johns was like, no, because I'm Jeff Johns, I can't do it. We can't connect it to Snyder because I'm Jeff Johns and I'm a snake, fucking snake. Hate that guy. Fucking hate that guy. But I do like I mean, what do you think about like some of the DC TV shows that he does, like Stargirl or?
I watched the first season of Stargirl. I think I don't think I watched all of it. I think maybe I watched like 6 or so episodes. No, it's cute. It's like a high school show though.
Yeah. It is.
The Justice Society tease though was dope. Like when they went to the but when they went to the JSA's hall and saw all of the pictures and that was dope. But outside of that, it's just maybe a little too young for me.
The opening, I guess really what kept me there was if you go, anyone, you can just go watch the opening sequence of Stargirl. I don't know where they got the budget for it. That opening scene must have cost them more than like a whole season of Flash.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
because the Flash, that it's around $100 to make the whole season.
Yeah.
all
Exactly.
22 episodes of
Mhm.
because it's such a bad looking show. Oh
I'm
my
starting
God.
to get here with Titans. I'm just enjoying it for what it is. I think
Titans
Yeah,
is
that's how I
great.
feel like I have to
Titans is
be.
great.
Yeah, I just
No,
have to
I'm-
enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah, just enjoy it for what it is.
Season 3 is written so like the HBO Max aspect of it, the choreography, the cinematography, the dialogue, the characters are more
Dialogue is still all
Yeah,
over
for
the
me-
place
No,
for
it's
me, man.
For me, everything has been an improvement except for the dialogue. I feel like the dialogue is still just
Hank. Oh, we can't get into spoilers.
yeah.
Hank talking to Beast Boy and all of them before.
Well, I mean, there's certain
there's
things you
great
could
dialogue,
pick, that are good, but overall, I feel like they still. That's like the one issue that they've had consistently from season 1 is the dialogue. But I mean, like, yeah, the cinematography, the way it's shot, you can tell that the budget was upped for sure.
Mhm.
I mean, Red Hood's suit alone shows you, yeah.
People were
everything
scared
Red Hood
about
I
it.
love.
Yeah, people were nervous about it because he is a little bit on the shorter side.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
The way he's shot in the show when he's in
Yeah.
the Red Hood suit show, I mean, I feel like they shoot him to look bigger.
Yeah, like if you look at his boots, they have like stilts on them. Most
Oh,
likely.
poor guy.
'Cause I would need that too. I'm a shorter guy, so like
Oh
if
yeah.
I were to play Red, Carmen Walters and me are the same height, so like I would, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just the way it would be. And I don't think originally when they cast Curran, did they think that they were going to go the Red Hood route? Because the timeline doesn't really add up. If you comic book wise to like live action wise, it doesn't. They definitely took some liberties. Let's put it that way. Shut up, man.
Say what?
Listen, I've been a Titan supporter since day one. And I think hashtag bring back Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing was one of the
I agree.
Did you watch Swamp Thing?
Mm-hmm. That's probably the best DC show that's come out.
That's look, you're my new best friend. People don't give Swamp Thing a chance, and I want if they're gonna do this Justice League Dark thing, I want that Swamp Thing to be in it because whatever they did with that character, like I don't know what it was about it. It was so on point. And if you ever read or seen Swamp Thing in a comic book or animated show, that like the Swamp Thing that they did the live action, it was probably the most comic accurate thing I've seen in a TV show ever. And it didn't get its time in the sun or time in the swamp. I don't know whatever you want to say.
Time in the swamp.
It didn't. It got canceled before its first season even aired.
Yeah.
Because of behind the scenes issue, how much it cost to
did it get canceled before they even finishing the season?
Yeah, it got canceled before the season ended. Yeah, I think it was like right before the season finale, and they're like, "Yeah, no more."
Yeah, so
we're out of money, guys. We can't do this anymore.
Yeah,
no, it was truly.
But we'll keep doing the Flash.
Yeah, but we'll keep making Legends of Tomorrow and the Flash and all those And let me see if you agree with me. We had on Saturday night we had a panel. We started talking about DC TV shows. Do you think we should eliminate the CW stuff by now and kind of like no, I'm serious. Kind of
no, I agree with you.
Being out of that stuff and put more stuff on HBO Max.
Yeah, I think so.
Pull a Marvel, keep Grant because I do like Grant as Flash, and maybe some other things. Just
Nah, I'd just get rid of them all, man.
I would wipe it clean.
Yeah,
Arrow. Yeah, I really would. So season 8 is opening with a 5-part. So season 8's opening with a 5-part crossover because the Flash can't. They are out of things to do. They're so out of things to do on that show because all they do is they've done all the speedsters. They've run the course dry. HBO Max, when you look at the HBO Max shows and the quality of the shows, they just see the CW doesn't compare. It's like Wish.com versus Liz Wonder Cosplay. It's just there's no comparison.
Yeah.
And I think that it's time for that to end, and time for HBO Max to be the home of all DC TV shows. But we also need to get our film division back in line. And we need to get our Justice League back. And we need to know. I mean, do you think these rumors of Henry Cavill being on the Flash are true?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to believe too much into rumors, but too. I mean, I would hope so.
Yeah.
It makes more sense to be there than Michael Keaton.
Yes, that does make more sense. I can't. Like, what was the main complaint everyone had about Batfleck? He's too old.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's bring a 70-year-old Batman. Let's.
No, there's.
I mean, it is Michael Keaton though. Like,
I know there's a utilization for him. Like, right?
Yeah.
Keep him in his universe. I mean, his universe, and give him Batman Beyond in there. There's no need to get rid of Affleck, which is what the whole, whatever.
But then, okay, so then we have Ian Glenn as Batman on HBO Max, right? Or Bruce Wayne, because he never really suits up, which I mean is a travesty. The casting was terrible.
I'm okay with that.
See, that's crazy.
Not the best Bruce Wayne, so I'm okay with not seeing him in the Batwayne or in the Batsuit.
Yeah. But check this out. Ian Glenn is Batman on HBO Max. Then we'd also have the Batman, whatever the Gotham City Police Department show, whatever it will feature out of Batman, right? Then we have like Robert Pattinson's The Batman, Michael Keaton's Batman Beyond, and then Ben Affleck as Batman. That's 5 Batmen running around in one age, like at one time. You don't think that's going to confuse audiences at all?
Right.
I think it can go either way. I think, yes, it can confuse audiences, but depending on who's in charge, you can also make a crap ton of money.
Right.
Based off your marketing. And if you're smart, obviously nobody at WB is smart, and so they're probably going to waste all of it and lose a crap ton of money.
Yeah. Oh, man. But, all right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Of course.
I don't want to keep you too much longer. I would love to continue the conversation sometime soon. Maybe get you and Anthony back on together, and we can have a cipher.
And Joey.
And Joey. Yeah. And we can all rap together and lay down a track.
Oh, Ty, I would pay good money to see you rap. I would pay good money for
Back
that.
in my drinking days, I would have done it, but
oh boy,
no, I that'd be such a bad experience. No one wants to see that.
I would pay good money.
But Meg, where can not that no one will not know where to find you, but what do you got coming up? Well, what's going on in WonderMeg, the channel, and what's going on with World's Finest? What's going on?
Well, you can watch World's Finest on Anthony's channel every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We talk about whatever is currently happening. We do want to do a Zack Snyder's Justice League watch party sometime soon. So yeah, that'll be fun. My channel just I've been trying to brainstorm certain things for my channel lately, so there's been a little bit of a hiatus, but I have some cool stuff coming. Just waiting on the rest of my cosplay stuff to show up. And yeah, that's about it.
All right. And then we have your Twitter here at WonderMeg _. Does that go for like most of your social media? Yeah,
that's my same app for Instagram. And then Vero is WonderMeg. And then I'm on TikTok too, which is WonderMeg. WonderMeg 1. Yeah. WonderMeg with the number 1. But yeah.
WonderMeg 1?
Yeah.
I'll follow you. Because Pop Culture Corner's on TikTok. Because we're cool. We're millennials.
We're modern
TikTokers. Yeah, we're TikTokers. We're gonna make that money. I'm just kidding. We don't have any.
I'm gonna be a professional TikTok.
Yeah, we have 0 followers.
I basically just use TikTok to watch other people's TikToks. That's
I feel like if you're not like 20 years old or you're not a woman, TikTok's not gonna work for you.
Yeah,
it's just not gonna work for us.
I did have one viral video where I snuck into a mall and found the entire refrigerator of ice cream that they hid away from the ice cream stand.
Are you sure you want to give yourself up on this?
Oh, they
Yeah.
can't find they can't find me. Don't worry. It's that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
You see a sniper dot on his forehead.
A refrigerator of what?
Full of like the ice cream that they would sell like in the little stand in the mall. And dude,
Oh,
I'm
wow.
talking like 30, not like pounds of ice cream. It was a good night, needless to say. But that
It was still good.
Oh, dude, it was from that day. It was like they just
okay.
keep it in the fridge, and then they bring it out there. So yeah, it was great.
All right. Well, he's in Las Vegas for the local police department. If you want to check him out, he's at Alien LV 1023. All right, guys, that was episode 62 of the Pop Culture Corner podcast with WonderMeg. What did you call her earlier? The queen,
cosplay queen. And I've only done like 2 cosplays, so thank you.
So she's the queen of pop vinyl figures. She unboxes them. Her channel's wonderful. So guys, if you haven't followed her already, follow her or subscribe to her. And ring that notification bell because she's always putting notes and great stuff. And then you can catch her on League of Mayhem whenever they pop in. And hey, she always has Zack on, so it's always a good place to be. All right, guys. Till next time. Is Caiden still here? Is he going to do it? No.